Are you limited by the number of things you can plug in? Do you fight over outlets to charge phones or tablets or computers? Well, guess what? That's going to be all over, because today we're looking at something called the Swivel Power. And look, you plug this into an outlet, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra outlets and 3 USB ports. What? That sounds sweet. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at the Swivel Power to see if it's any good. Here we have the Swivel Power that I purchased for about $20 from my local As Seen on TV retailer. We see that we have 6 power outlets, 3 USBs, but really exciting, it's a quick charge. And did you notice this? We are surge protected, and it tells us if our plug is grounded. I'm really excited to try it out. Of course, there are the 3 ways. Let's do a quick unboxing. Pull it out, nothing in the box. Oh, there. My directions were underneath it. Okay, so let's take this out real fast. Our USB ports, we can see them there. And then we have our 6 plugs. There's a reset button if we blow our fuse or our surge protection. Typically, with these kind of swivel things, there's a button that you push, but I don't see one here. Maybe it's just a manual turn, I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read through the directions, and then we'll test this out. So I've learned how to use the Swivel Power, and I'll show you that in just a second, but I do want to let you know that it does have a capacity not to exceed, because if you exceed this, then it'll shut off. And then if it shuts off, you won't be able to use it for about 60 seconds. So I am going to plug in a few phones and maybe a computer to see what happens, but I just wanted you to know that. All right, so there is no button to push to move this. You actually plug it into a plug, and then you rotate it. You can rotate it 90 degrees to the right, but I can't go any further, so I have to go back down, and then I can also go 90 degrees to the left. So just so you know that. That, to me, I worry about it a little bit, because you can weaken down the plug. I was hoping there was going to be a button that I can just swivel it on my own, but this is what you do. Plug it in and turn. Now let me go get some stuff set up. I thought it was only appropriate to use a Swivel Power with the spin power, so let's hook this up. As you can see right away, our blue lights have lit up. This one tells us that we are protected against any surges, and this one tells us that our wires are grounded. Pretty sweet. I now want to test the rapid speed or the fast speed charge for this Swivel Power. So typically I use this one from Mobile Outfitters. The problem is I have a USB-C port or USB-C connection on each side, and the Swivel Power doesn't have a USB-C connection. So I'm going to use the Motorola Turbo Power. Take off that part. We're going to slide it in. I've got a phone that I ran down to just about 29% just so I can get into the fast charge range. And let's hook it in. All right, what do we have? It says charging 29%, 1 hour, 26 minutes until fully charged. All right, now let's see what happens if we take that and plug it into here. So we're there at 1 hour and 26 minutes. Let's see what we are now. It says charging, fast charge. Ooh, so 1 hour and 5 minutes. So that shows me that the USB did not do a fast charge. All right, not that this is a comparison of different chargers, but I do want to see the speed that my Mobile Outfitters charger has. So we have 1 hour and 26 minutes, and I thought the last one was 1 hour and 5 minutes, but let's see what Mobile Outfitters does. Super fast charge, 56 minutes, so it's the fastest one yet. I would love to get your opinion on the Swivel Power. Is this something that you think is convenient? Would you use it? Do you have one? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Here is my attempt to trip the circuit here. So what do I have? I have my Arctic Air running. I have a cell phone charging. I have this string of lights on. I have this light on. I have this fan running. I have an air conditioner running and another phone charging, and it's been on for now 30 minutes and nothing. They're all running just fine. So you can put a lot of power through this. I'm going to leave this going for another hour or so, and I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I did notice that my one blue light for ground is not lit, which means the people we purchased this house from were not very honest when they told us they had all the wiring replaced and everything was grounded. Anyway, I will keep an eye on this to see if anything happens. This has been on now for 2 hours. Nothing's changed, so I'm just going to turn it off. But I wanted to show you something in regards to these plugs. So let me just unplug a few. When you go to plug something into the Swivel Power, make sure you support the back. That way you can plug it in and the outlet itself will not move. If I did not support the back, this is what would happen. You see how this whole thing just bent, which makes me think that over time, the outlet itself will break down or even the plug. I kind of wish they would have had a kickstand here on the back of the Swivel Power. That way it would have pushed against the wall and then not created a weak point. In this video, we were taking a look at Bell & Howell's newest charge power device called the Swivel Power. So what did I think of it? Well, let's talk about the pros. One, the as seen on TV price point, that $20. That's awesome. I really like that. Two, the functionality of this is pretty cool. All I do is take up one outlet spot and I get 6 plugs and 3 USBs. That's cool. I can charge almost everything I have. Another thing is I like the swivel feature because some plugs are hard to get into and it's nice and convenient to be able to turn it, whatnot. And I also think with today's technological age, having the grounded light and the surge protection is really key to keeping our devices safe from harm. All right, what didn't I like about it? I didn't like the way that it swiveled. It relied way too much on the plug itself, and I think that could cause damage over time. I also didn't like that these plugs were relatively close together. I found that if I put a large plug here, I had a hard time fitting a plug next to it, so these were spread out a little more. I think it'd be more functional. And then finally, I didn't like when I plugged it in, it had a little wobble because there's nothing here holding it up against the wall or pressuring against the wall. So what I'm going to do to solve that is I'm actually going to glue, either using Flex Glue or Gorilla Glue, maybe like a rubber washer or two, so when I plug it in, I put pressure, it's holding against the wall. Anyway, that was my review of the Swivel Power. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I did it. I actually tripped a circuit. So this is how I did it. I plugged an air conditioner in, I set it down to 60. I plugged a space heater in, I plugged it up to 78, and I hooked a fan on. Within 10 minutes, it blew. And look what happened. The button popped up, and as you can see, I'm plugged in, but not charging. So to restart this, all you need to do is push the button. So the lights came back on, and now we're back to charging in our fast charge. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Swivel Power. You know what? During this video, I referenced my original Bell & Howell power device called the Spin Power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that review right up here. And I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.